Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Slipstream Entrepreneurs Podcast. I am your host, Rich Wharton, joined by my fabulous co-host, the one and only Hannah Brooks. Hannah, good morning.
Morning, mate. How are you?
I am great, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm watching your live currently.
This is amazing. This is a first for the Slipstream Entrepreneurs Podcast. I am actually doing this live on Instagram as well as recording this episode. So this is really, really exciting for us. So hopefully we can do this again in the future. We'll see how it goes first. We'll see how it goes. So Hannah, today we've decided to have a little bit of a roundup session of what we've learned from the past 7 guests. We had some absolutely incredible guests, didn't we?
Some corkers. I mean, so ex-Man U, James Weir, Tim Sylvie, who's like, I don't even know how to describe him, just an F1 boss, man. Gemma, we had Gemma, didn't we? We had Rahul, we had Tulsi. Honestly, Ethan, it's just been... last 7 episodes have genuinely changed my life and my perspective and everything, and I've just learned so much that I'm so grateful to all of them for. That, yeah,
100%. Don't forget Mark Boudreau as well. So yeah,
I feel like he's feeling like yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it has changed our lives massively. What we've learned from the past 7 guests have been just incredible, simply incredible. But who was your? I mean, I was going to ask you who's your favourite. I don't think there is a choice there. But what is the biggest takeaway that you have learned in the past 7 episodes?
So on a personal level, I actually think Tulsi really hit me hard. Now I know you've worked with her in the past, as like in a coaching kind of way, but I've not had that from her before, and so I got her book. And I'm reading through it and I'm seeing the universe from a different perspective. Like, she has genuinely expanded my bandwidth, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait. Like, we keep saying we'll go for a coffee because she's only down the road, really.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, when do we need, like, let's arrange it. Let's do it. So...
She's honestly incredible. Absolutely incredible. Person and Tulsi, if you're listening on Instagram or whether you listen to this on the actual podcast, like, you are amazing. Thank you so much for being in our lives. But yeah, she is absolutely fan. And like I said, I've had the luxury of being able to work with her for quite a while, and how she helped me build the foundations to my happiness and build on from there has been second to none. And you know what, I'm still doing the exercises that she set me back when I worked with her. I still do them today, so it is absolutely incredible. But for me, I mean, speaking to Tim, and what we learned from Tim. Now, don't get me wrong, I think every single one of the episodes that we did, I learned so much. But Tim, obviously, in the sponsorship game, as he gave us so much wisdom. And actually, you know what, I want to give a shout out to Rahul as well, because Rahul talked a lot about networking and building relationships with people, and I think that is the absolute fundamental. And I think we're quite advanced when it comes to networking anyway. But the little bits of advice that he gave, the little nuggets, like I call them, the little gems that he just mentioned there, they were Tulsi's just joined as well. Tulsi, we've just been talking about you. You know, thank you so much for being in our lives. We're doing a podcast live on Instagram as well as put it on Spotify. It'll be on Spotify on Monday. But yeah, no, I mean, Rahul was just simply incredible. He was, you know, I'm just so grateful for the fact that we have got those 7 people came on and was on our podcast.
Yeah,
like,
they wanted to share that knowledge. That's the beauty of it. Like, these people genuinely want to share their wisdom, and that's so amazing. Like, I love that about all of them. And I think, yeah, I mean, Tim just dropped bombs everywhere, didn't he? Really, he literally but he simplified it. So, like, you know, when sometimes me and you talk and we kind of get so into something, he was just like, yeah, but it's just this. And I'm like, oh yeah, it is just this thing.
Yeah.
Like, just simplified it. But that's his experience, right? That is his career coming out and kind of coming through. And the same with Rahul. It's him talking about Formula E and the deals that he'd done. It's still up and coming. It's still fairly new, even though it's been around for a fair few years, but he's still making waves in that space. And it's kind of like, it's just so interesting. All of it's just so interesting.
Out of interest, and from a sponsorship point of view, obviously we'll have a lot of racing drivers listening to this, and obviously brands as well, who are, you know, entrepreneurs who would look towards racing and motorsport as that sponsorship package for their marketing purposes. But from a sponsorship point of view, if you're a racing driver listening to this, what are the 3 biggest takeaways that we learned from the guests that we had on?
Mindset. Mindset is key to going into trying to secure anything.
Yeah.
Whether it's money or product or whatever. I think 2 would be, like you say, it's like that networking and branding. It's how you carry yourself, it's how you show yourself, and how you then convey with others. And then 3, I think, is just knowing what you're selling. You know, having the confidence to be like, yeah, do you know what? I can offer you these things that's going to help you. It's automatically going to solve your problems. And like those things, like hands down, winning formula. Like all of them have echoed it. And it's just, that's it. Short and sweet, simple. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Mindset, personal branding and networking. And then, knowing what you are selling at the end of it. And let's be honest, sponsorship is sales. You know, racing drivers got to get into that mindset, and that's part of the mindset of, actually, I am selling a package here. I'm selling something to someone. They need this. I am helping them, but I've got to be able to sell this. So I'm 100% with you there. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Hannah. Yeah. So if you listen to this either on Instagram, or are you listening to this on the podcast on Spotify or whatever platform that you see fit, let's put it out there. It's more than just Spotify, but first things first, mindset, biggest one going. Second one, personal branding and networking, and third one, the sales side of things. I think that I'm absolutely spot on with you there, Hannah. Hannah, do you want to try something?
Oh, go on.
I've got Tulsi available on Instagram right here, right now.
Get her in.
Can we get her on?
Just get her in.
Let's get her in. Right, let's accept Tulsi in. Hopefully she will come and join. I'm going to turn the speaker around so you can hear both sides. Let's see if we can do it. This will be absolutely fantastic if we can get this done. And if you're listening on Spotify, listening back, this is just something new. Hey, Tulsi. This is, we were just saying that. This is brand new. This is something different. Oh no. Oh no. You can tell this is off the cusp. How are you, Tulsi?
I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah.
Good. It looks fantastic. It's funny actually, because you came on literally just as we finished talking about you. Now, if that's not the law of attraction all over, I don't know what is. Honestly, we had no plan. We had no plan to jump on Instagram Live. It was an off the cuff thing that I was going to jump on and do an Instagram Live. I just said, should we try this? And Hannah was like, yeah, go for it. Like, let's see what happens. And we're just doing a quick podcast episode about a catch up. And then all of a sudden you popped up and I was like, oh my goodness, guess who's just rocked up? And Hannah was like, let's do it. So.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. even getting, we were referring from the sponsorship side as well, and that mindset of, if you want to race, you've got to bring in sponsors. That you can't race without money at the end of the day. And it's the same mindset that you apply to racing than it is for your sponsorship. Is that same winner's mentality of, I am going to do it, I am going to win, I am going to bring in that money in to allow me to race, and as we always say, it's already done. Like, it's done. Like, you've just got to imagine it's already happened for that
Absolutely.
to come to effect.
And I always go on to that and say it's certainty. You know how things, there's not many things that we can be certain in life about, right? But we can be certain of our attitude. And if we can be certain of going, I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm going to get a single seat. I've got like a couple of kids now who I'm just wondering, like, what's the goal? Is Formula One the goal? Is that the goal? Is F2, F4 the goal? I don't know, because if I'm not able to understand their mindset, it's going back to that mindset. It's like, what's that goal for you, and how determined are you to reach that? What persistence have you got right now? Because that's gonna take you out of frustration. Right now, if you're in a race and you get DNF'd by a car behind you, like, there is nothing you can do about that, right? So how do you take that? What's your attitude around that? How long does that frustration last?
Definitely. Hannah, got anything to add on that?
I'm just really happy that we get to speak to you this morning, because, it's just such a nice way to start the day. Yes, we need that coffee.
No, not a problem. Right, Tulsi, we're going to wrap this up because Hannah's got to go as well. So, but thank you so much for jumping on. That was such a pleasant surprise, and it's, as normal, it's 100%. Look after yourself. Bye. Oh, that's incredible. Tulsi, we love you. We love you. Simple as that. Thank you so much. No, so Hannah. So where were we? That's incredible. I think we should have more often.
Do you know what, though? It's strange. Obviously, I've started a new role at the minute, and I'm just kind of settling in around all the things we're doing, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, I have manifested so many people in the last few days. I'm not joking. So I have been actively saying I could really do with seeing this person. They're not even based there. They're based somewhere completely different. And then probably 20 seconds later, they walk in with no plan. And I'm just like, so I reckon Tulsi this morning manifested. So, like, it's just like, do you see what I'm saying? It's
honestly,
it is all planned. It's all not all planned, but it's just like, it works. It does work if you've got the right attitude.
Yeah, 100%. I think you're absolutely spot on, and I think that's an absolute key. Is that as long as you, as Tulsi said, turn up with the right attitude, and as you mentioned there, things will start happening. You just got to believe that they will start happening, and it's a daily thing as well. I think that's one of the biggest downfalls. Is one of the things I say to people is that you don't brush your teeth 7 times on a Monday morning, do you? And say, well, that's me covered for the week, I'm done. Yeah. It's the same with personal development. It's that thing of actually little and often, those 5-10 minutes a day is going to be so much more powerful than if you did, say, an hour on a Monday and that's it for the rest of the week. And I just think there's so many opportunities for people to work on their mindset. And there's little things that you can start doing today. Turn off the news. Don't listen to that. We don't need to worry about what the news is saying.
Yeah.
Listen to an audiobook in the car rather than the radio and the music. Everyone plugs in their phones these days. Go and listen to something motivational, inspirational. Learn a new skill. It doesn't have to be that personal development stuff. It can simply be like learning a new language or just learning something different, just expanding your mind a little bit more. Listen to this podcast episode, just have them all on repeat and just go for it. Like, it's one of those where you can do things in your life if you choose to do them. And those people who are at the top aren't anything special. I think Les Brown said, in one of his books, and he does a lot of talks, and Les Brown, motivational speaker, incredible individual, and he says every single person in this world is born dumb, naked, and stupid, or dumb, naked, and speechless. That's it. Dumb, naked, and speechless. Every person is born the same. It's just what we choose to do from there on.
Yeah.
So that, I think that for me is massive. And you know what, where you are now doesn't have to be your final destination.
Yeah.
I think that is true for both of us in particular, is that where we were in our lives, and especially when we met as well, where we were in our lives to where we are now and where we are heading to. Oh my God, it's exciting.
But all of that has come from a good attitude, combining our skills, supporting each other, being positive, working at it every day, and being just believing in this and knowing that we can help people. I think that's it, isn't it? We genuinely want to help people.
Yeah.
But what a 6 months it's been so far, and it's flown by, like absolutely flown by.
It's been crazy,
some of the people we're going to have on soon as well, I'm just kind of like, it's going to be insane. So I've not even told you this, but I've got some people up my sleeve that I'm like, yeah, this is going to be fun.
Oh no, you've left me in the dark. How can you do that on when we're recording and on Instagram Live, and you've just gone, oh, by the way, this is a secret, Rich, but I've got some special guests.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, we have got some people lined up. We've got people we need to book in. We've got big time content creators. We've got some decent racing drivers lined up as well. Who else? Are you going to give us a little nuggets as to who potentially you've got in the waiting in the wings?
So one of them has won a Paralympic gold.
Wow.
To be confirmed, but definitely like
it's happened.
Yeah, it's happened. It's already happened. One who is very, very, very good at sponsorship. So she's head of commercial for a team that I obviously sponsor. So I know her very well. I understand as somebody who has invested into a club and a team, she got me to invest.
Wow.
So like she's going to be amazing to get on because
yes.
So I understand this from both sides. Like I'm really like it. I love it because I invested in something that I truly believe in and really hit me. But I think that's a podcast for another day, to be honest, because that's a whole thing. When we get her on, so yeah. And
then we have got a very, very special guest that we both know very well that'll be coming in the next couple of weeks,
which is exciting. Honestly,
I'm gonna give him a shout out here, like Callum Luke Webber. Oh my gosh, this is going to be, firstly, that episode is going to be full of energy. Every single one of us is going to be buzzing like there's no belief. Now, if you don't know who
drink that day, you won't need coffee.
You will not need coffee that day. So if you don't know who Callum Luke Webber is, you can find him on my Instagram if you're on Instagram. He's on all the social media platforms at the end of the day, but absolutely incredible coach. I have invested in him myself. I think he's an absolutely wonderful human being. But the biggest thing for me is that he is a powerhouse when it comes to sales, a powerhouse when it comes to networking, and a powerhouse when it comes to personal branding. So it aligns exactly with what we're doing. And we're very lucky we get a chance to work with him regularly, don't we?
Yeah, like, I mean, we'll talk about that with him on the podcast. But, you know, the three of us have been working on something really special for people. And I don't know, do we say it now? Do we say it?
I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to finish. We're going to finish there, Hannah.
Okay.
Because I appreciate you've got work as well.
So I've got to go.
But guys, thank you so much for supporting us. I think this is the most important thing for me, is that actually every Monday I look at our figures. I only look at it on a Monday when I post up the new podcast. But it grows every single week. And you know what? One of the things I learned yesterday in my side business is run your own race. And I think that's so important for us because we are literally running our own race. Yep. So it's amazing to see our figures growing week on week. across our social media platforms and obviously people listening. So we're obviously giving value, which is what we wanted, wasn't it, Hannah? So
Yeah.
That's a great start. I'm so grateful for everyone who jumps on as a guest. Like I said, I'm going to give a shout out to all of them. So Tim Sylvie, James Weir, Gemma Johnson, Tulsi Vasani, Raoul Mehta, Mark Boudreau, and Ethan Patterson. You guys have simply been sensational, and having you guys on and speaking to us, providing us so much value has been unbelievable. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. And yeah, I'm grateful for the people coming on soon, because we have got some such exciting people. It's going to be an absolute thrill. So can you tell I'm excited, Hannah?
Yeah, just a bit.
Bring the energy. Let's go. Let's have it. Hannah, thank you so much for jumping on today. As always, please like, share, comment on these podcast episodes. It really does help us spread the message and help reach more people. But Hannah, I hope you have an absolutely incredible day.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sure I will. Let's go. Let's get after it.
And all you guys on Instagram, I know there's people shouting me out. Millsy Mills, DJ Millsy Mills is shouting me out at the moment. And there's another guy, Ray, who's given me a shout out for merchandise. So maybe that's something we look into, Hannah, is talk about merchandise maybe down the line. But Ray, I'll message you about that. We'll have a conversation. But guys, Instagram Live, thank you so much for joining us. If you like this, please, again, like, share, and comment on the video I post up if you want us to do it again, because we happily will. But guys, thank you. Take care of yourselves. All the best.